Hey guys, Garage 79R. We're going to work on the Yaris today and replace the headlights. So in the Yaris, I have some old Morimoto H1 projectors. I want to say they're the 5.0 or 6.0. They're about 7 years old. I had retrofitted them in the original housings. They have the Gatling gun smoked shrouds, and but my housings are just done. It actually looks way worse on camera, but yeah, they're to the point where they're throwing a lot of glare, and also the left projector actually sometimes the high beam sticks. So just trying to see, it just looks like a globe of light on the camera. But anyway. Here we are, probably 15 feet from the garage. That's the low beam, that's the high beam. Yeah, so it's they've seen better days. There's some bulbs. I think the bowls are getting burned out because I got a lot of like foreground but no distance, and I got a lot of glare. Granted, this is not the best representation because I'm really close to the wall, but you get the idea. So we're going to replace them today with some regular halogens for now. I had started another set of projectors for this car last year, so I'm going to try to salvage those and do something different, but for now I need it to address this glare issue. And since I've been driving the car every day and with more nighttime, I'm just trying to make it just a little bit nicer and safer for everyone. So, I'll take the car apart. Alright, so I'm going to open up these headlights. I got the same exact ones that I got for the first projector replacement that I was going to do last year, and so I messed up. We're going to open them up real quick. A little bit of an unboxing video. This is a right side headlight. Oh, I ordered black, but they kind of sent me like the titanium look. Well, that's fine. I'll dig that. But yeah, it's got cellophane or whatever protecting it. But no, these look fantastic. Just hope they fit. One thing I like, you can see it has the mount for a ballast because these are copied off of probably the Thailand version. Actually, now my OEM housings has this as well, because in like Thailand and stuff they had a factory HID option. So I find that kind of fascinating. It's still there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the car apart, and I'll pull out the left one, get some work done. like that. The left one's out now. This is the worst one. It's got the most. A lot of that's on the inside too. And these, I shouldn't have. When I did these retrofits initially, they were already starting to haze. All right, because I'm going from HID projectors to regular H4 halogen, I got a few more steps. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my my profile ballast that I so elegantly zip tied there. This one I have kind of there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove those. Whenever I go back to projector HIDs, I'm actually just gonna do all new. These profiles actually had, they give you more watts during high beam, or if you modify them, you get more watts all the time. Well, I did that because my bowls were starting to burn out and I was starting to lose light output, so I put them on high watt all the time, knowing I was going to be changing it eventually. But I'm going to go ahead and snip these out. I'm not going to even bother taking a video. Alright, got the old harness out with the ballast. I ended up having to cut the power feed because I had it kind of like, I don't remember doing this, but I had it routed in such a way where I really couldn't fish it out without removing the battery and all this shit, and I wasn't going to do all that. So I just cut it because it's going to get replaced anyway with new stuff eventually. So let's get these turn signals and stuff transferred. Alright, I'm in my Tercel seat because I'm a baller. So this is pretty simple, minus the HID stuff. There's just little Phillips screws. Actually, really just the one supporting the main connection here, and the rest of it just kind of pushes in these little guides. Alright, I also bought some new running light bulbs. I forgot to get the 194s. I couldn't remember. I knew I had 7443s for the main parking lights, and I couldn't remember if I had 194s. I know I should have just picked up a pack, but not the end of the world. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace those now. Wipe them off. Since I got a little bit of dielectric grease. So these they're shipped with little plastic dust plugs. First problem, it's not tight. Alright, since that 194 doesn't really want to sit in there snug, I got these O-rings that I got from like Harbor Freight. I'm going to try doubling it up just to make sure it has some tension on it. I went slightly small on the O-ring just to kind of keep it snug. Ow. There we go. Harness fits perfectly in there. The grooves are right. The little location for the tab is correct. So far, I'm really happy with this. Maybe I should go ahead and grab my halogens and stick in. Alright, so I already cleaned these halogens at home. They're some standard Phillips. Actually, they came stock in my wife's Honda. These are just a regular Phillips halogens. When I used to do more performance halogen bulbs, I normally get like the night breakers, but I just for now, this is what I had kicking around that was in good shape. So that's what we're going to use. Okay, so if you're not familiar with H4 halogens or just H4 fitment, really, um, they really only go in one way, and it's amazing. I see, since I'm a bit of a headlight junkie and I'm really particular, I can point out when a bulb is wrong pretty easily. And somehow I always see it. Actually, this morning I saw CRV with the bulb has 3 prongs and they're slightly different sizes. And so it's only supposed to go this way, but the CRV had it turned 90 degrees, which literally means they threw a bulb in. It was probably a parts store that installed it. So it only goes in one certain way. And that's it. It's all done. There we go. Push the boot down so it's snug around the shaft. And haha, I said shaft. And that's it. This headlight is ready to be reinstalled. I'm going to leave the cellophane on. I'm going to pull it around the tight edges, but I'm going to leave it on until it's ready, until I'm ready to pull it off. So, cool. Let's get the other headlight sorted and we'll get back on the car. Man, those fit really good, and they actually look really nice. I really do like that black chrome. It might have me convert it. So we'll just hope the beam pattern is about what it should be, and at the very least, I should be a lot safer because I should have a lot less glare. All right, so before we put the bumper cover back on, let's do a quick light check and see how they look. Oh man, they look great. Hell yeah, everything's working. With these cars at least, I don't know if it's sedan or the hatchbacks are, but sedan, if you have the bumper cover off, it is easy to get to the marker bulbs. Or you can pull the liner out. It's just, I wish they would have made it so you can get to it from underneath the hood, but whatever. How often are you replacing bulbs anyway? So, no, I'm happy with them. They need to be aimed, but the beam pattern is correct, typical H4 beam pattern. Now, once I'll button it all up, I'll shoot some video of the wall and we'll go from there. Oh man, they look great. I don't know, I might have to go back to the reflector ways. There's just something about a real nice big open reflector headlight I personally like. All right, so there's the beam patterns. The left headlight needs to come down a little bit. Actually, you know what? Maybe the right one needs to come up. I'll do some quick measuring off camera, but I'll rough them in on the wall and we'll do some driving tonight and really finalize what they look like. But so far, I'm really happy with these. Let's see what the high beams look like. Oh yeah. So I know that the camera is like self-adjusting, so it's kind of really hard to take it all in because it kind of like it messes with like what's on the camera and what I'm seeing is a little different. But I'm very happy with this. I got pronounced hot spots with a little bit of the kick up to the right, like which is typical for an older H4. Some of the newer cars now that still have H4s, like my wife's Fit, they're oriented where it's a dead flat beam. There's no flare to the right to light up the shoulder anymore. I don't know why, but that's just what they do. Maybe it makes it a little bit more universal for the markets. It's the only thing I can think of. So, but I want to get these aimed better on the wall for now, and we'll drive it tonight and fine tune it. All right, guys, I had to do a couple adjustments since the initial install. I had to kick them up a bunch, but they're not too bad. They're not. The reflector definitely ain't as good as the OEM reflector was, but like the high beam throws light forever, even with these regular standard halogens. And the low beam's not too bad. It's a little spotty. The video camera smooths it out a little bit, but they really ain't bad for the price. I'm quite happy with these, and I can live with this until I build the new set with projectors. So if you are in the market for your Yaris sedan, you can be pretty happy with the eBay housings. They definitely fit really well. The beam pattern ain't as good as OEM, but if you have some really faded OEM housings, these are still going to be an upgrade. So these are definitely a good headlight for what they are for $100. See you guys on the next one.